Welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and I am so happy that you're here. On my channel, I document my financial journey, I share my real life numbers, I spill all the tea, and I hope to motivate and inspire you to make your money enough, period. So as you can see by the title of the video, we're doing all the things, okay? This is Overspend October for your girl, although the last 2 weeks have been pretty darn good for me. But all in all, it's an Overspend October. So we're going to be going through that. We're going to be emptying out some sinking funds, my 100 envelope challenge. I'm also going to talk to you all about how I plan to budget going forward, moving from bi-weekly to weekly budgets, how I'm going to incorporate my business income into my personal life. What else we got? Your girl now has credit card debt, so we need to discuss that and talk about a plan of attack for paying off that. Also, am I still considered low income? Let's talk about that a little bit. And also some emotional spending. So we got so much to do in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. But right before I do, I just want to say, hey.
Hey.
If you're new, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you join our fam. We are always lit over here and it's free to the 99, okay? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to do is empty out most of my low priority sinking funds and some of my high priority. The reason why is because it's been an overspend October for your girl. And by overspend, I mean that I spent things that I did not budget for. I also spent more than I had, if that makes sense. So I create a monthly budget and I like to stick to that budget. But overspending comes when I spend more than I anticipated spending, and I also spend more than I actually had saved in these binders. And because of those reasons, this month is declared Overspend October. So here are some of the things that I overspent in or did not anticipate spending this month. Number one, Lauren Bear started school early. I wanted her to start school January of 2023, and I was going to slowly save up for those payments. But I decided to have her start this month, October 17th to be exact, because one, she needs social interaction. She needs to learn with other children her age. She just needs to be in that environment because I do not want her to start VPK or kindergarten and that be her first encounter with school, kids, teachers, and just the overall environment of sitting down and learning and being a student, if that makes sense. I wanted her to start now, and also I really wanted her immune system to do what it needs to do so that when she gets to elementary school, it's not an issue for her. So she started school October 17th. Of course, that comes with a lot of spending. So around maybe like the 7th, 8th, or 9th of October, I had to pay $275 for a non-refundable application registration fee for her schooling. And then on the 17th, the first day she started, I had to pay the prorated version for her tuition, which was from October 17th to November 1st. And that was $430 something, I believe. Her dad and I split it in half, so I only had to pay half of that, so that's awesome. But then I thought of, okay, she needs clothes, shoes for school. So we went to Target, we went to Ross, I did some shopping at Old Navy, and I bought some comfortable leggings, shirts, and sneakers for her to wear to school. In total, it was about $200 and something. That came out of my pocket. I was totally fine with that. So as I continue talking about all of the spending I did in October, I'm going to start unstuffing some of my high priority sinking funds. Everything you see here can be purchased on Taylorbudgets.com. But moving on, so aside from all of Lauren's schooling, I had to help my family with the October bills. And if you've been a supporter of mine for a while, you know that I budget $300 a month for household bills because my daughter and I, we live with family, and that's just what we all decided that I would pay. But this month I had to help with more than $300. I am in no way upset that I had to. I am actually thankful and grateful and blessed to have the money to do that. But while I was thinking about, okay, where am I going to take this money from? The only place I could think of was my 3 to 6 month expenses. And although this was more like a long-term savings, like I fully fund it and I put it away for, God forbid, I lose my job or any situation like that, I'm glad that I had this money or have this money in times like this when I need to help my family. So I am completely happy to do that. So with that being said, instead of $300 a month that I paid in household bills, it was $1,450, so $1,450. So what I did was I took out $1,150 from my 3 to 6 month expense savings account. Okay, so that is $1,150. So you see that $1,100 is in prop money. So what I did was I transferred $1,100 from my online savings account for my 3 to 6 month expenses and transferred it back to my checking account. So this amount has already been transferred, and then I just took the $50 in cash from this sinking fund. So what we have left in 3 to 6 month expenses is $2,000, $200, so that's $2,200, $2,250, $2,270, $2,275, and $2,277. So that's $2,277. So I will be working my way to getting back to where I was and beyond. But like I mentioned, I am blessed, thankful, grateful that I decided to start saving for this a year and a half ago, because this has truly helped my family and I'm happy to do that. So that is now $2,277 and 31 cents to be exact in my 3 to 6 month expenses. Remember that $1,100 has already been transferred back to my account. $50 I am putting back in there. So after this, it was just a snowball effect of emotional spending for me, because when I get anxious or when I get stressed, I spend, and that's just the reality of what I do. Now, for the last year and a half that I've been budgeting, I've been pretty darn good at sticking to my budget and not spending over what I have had in my sinking funds. But I think it just happens that sometimes things just occur in your life, like spending more than you expected, and that just takes you for a mental and emotional roller coaster. So that's what happened to me. I started spending money. Child, let me tell you, I started spending money and I wasn't even checking my account. And then I was like, you know what, let me just use my credit card, because I was in this like mental and emotional like rut. It was also before Lauren started school, and I was just tired, y'all. I was so tired. I was so exhausted to the point where I was like, okay, yeah, she needs to go to school because she needs to learn and be around kids her age, and I need to be Taylor and not mom all day, every day. So that's kind of where my mindset was at. But anyway, let's just keep going into these envelopes. So I did get my car washed. And I'm thinking that I really need to start incorporating car washes into my daily spending budget and not a part of car maintenance, because I see car maintenance as more as the, hardcore stuff like oil changes and tire rotations and new tires and whatever else happens with cars. But anyway, $25 was spent out of here. So let's take $25 out. And I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 470, 471, 2, 3, 4, 475 left in car maintenance. So I definitely want to build this up more, like 600-700. Nothing came out of my emergency fund, thankfully. So next is health, and the reason why I am pulling some money out of here is because a part of Lauren going to school was that she needed an updated physical. She hasn't had a physical since June of 2021, 1, which was her 2-year-old physical. And this year, we missed her physical back in June because things popped up. And then every time I rescheduled on that day, things popped up. She has a physical for like November 2nd, which is in like 2 or 3 days. But she needed the physical before starting school. So I went to a Central Care urgent care place. They did physicals for $35, so we paid for that. If she went to her primary care doctor, it would have been free because of the type of insurance we had. But that's fine. We have sinking funds for a reason. So let's pull out 35 from here, or at least let's try. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take 55 out and put 20 back, because that's all we can do right now. Okay, so that makes sense, right? So there's now 1, 2, 250, 270, 280, 281, 2, 3, 4. $284. So that was that, which is not technically overspending, but it's just something that I had to spend in this month. Investments were good. Lauren's college, it's intact. Lauren's dance. So at the time, which was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I emptied this out. There was $127 in this account, or in this envelope. As you can see, I emptied it out on the 15th of October for her dance outfits for her recital coming up in May. Not really coming up, but you had to pay the deposit for the outfits. So I emptied that out, but for the sake of the video, I put the money back in. So at the time that I did empty this out, it was $127 in here. So let me take out 127, 125, and two ones. So put this aside right now. So this is 127 that emptied out Lauren's dance envelope. 1, 20, 25, 26, 27. The reason why there is money in there now is because for my second paycheck in October, I budgeted $137 to go into her dance envelope for her November dance tuition. So there should be $137 in here now. 1, 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37. So hopefully that makes sense to all of you. So this $137 needs to be paid tomorrow. Lauren's school, let's take all of this out. Like I mentioned, I planned on saving up for her to go to school in January of 2023. But because she started school in October, this has to come out. And this is a major part of the Overspend October because I only have $50 saved for her school. But your girl spent like $700 this month for Lauren to go to school. Between the registration, between the prorated amount for her to start, and also all the clothes and shoes that I purchased her, it was like $700, y'all. Yeah, your girl was just spending and spending and spending. Next is my savings. I didn't take anything out of there. Neither did I in 1 month ahead. Our home still good. Retirement still good. Student loans still good. So that is it for my high priority sinking funds. Next, we're going to go into low priority. And here is my low priority sinking funds. Okay. We are going to get started with, let me just put this here. We're going to get started with birthdays. So for the month of October, I had my mom's and my brother's birthday. My brother's birthday is October 8th. My mom's October 16th. I had $239 in this birthday envelope at the start of October. So I said, okay, I will spend around $100 for each of their birthdays. That did not happen. I spent $100 for my brother's birthday, so I was good. And I was like, okay, we have a little over $100 left for my mom's birthday. This chick was talking about, oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't need anything. I just want to spend time with my kids. I was like, okay, I'll buy her something nice That's around $100 and we'll call it a day. But that didn't happen. So what I ended up doing for my mom's birthday was I booked a hotel for her to stay overnight just so that she can get some alone time. My mom's in a doctorate program, so she had a lot of homework to do. I know, homework on her birthday, but that's just who my mom is. So I said, let me book her a hotel so that she can spend the night in a nice hotel. Y'all, is really nice. A nice hotel. It's actually a new hotel here in Orlando, and it's just my mom's vibe. So I said, let me book it for her. She can spend the night alone, have just some alone time, do her homework if she wants to, or if not, just sit, chill, go in the pool if she wants to, go to the bar if she wants to, have some nice food, and just spend her birthday doing what she wants to do. And then the day after her birthday, she spent it with her kids. So what I did was I booked her that hotel. It was $340 something. So where did that come from? My credit card. Okay, like I said, I was just YOLO for the month of October. I was emotionally spending, and it is what it is. So all of this money needs to come out of birthdays: 50, 1, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So 139. So all of this is going back to my account. If I did not mention that, it's going back to my account. Most of it is going to replenish my bank account, and then some I will put towards my credit card. Christmas, I still kept that money in there. Clothes, I took this money out because I was like, I paid so much for Lauren's clothes. It was like around $250 for her clothes and shoes, and I was like, 15, I need to take it out because it's a part of clothes. So that's that. Electronics I kept in here because I do want to purchase a new phone for myself, and that's gonna cover it. So I didn't want to empty that out. Fun money, $134 in there. I emptied this joker out. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 131, 2, 3, and 134. That's emptied out. Next, gifts. I kept that in there because I always feel like something is gonna pop up and I need to purchase a gift for someone or something. So I kept that in there. Holidays I kept in here for Thanksgiving coming up. Lauren, right now she is with her dad, and I'm filming this on Halloween. So her dad took care of Halloween, so I didn't have to do anything with that. Home goods, $100 in here. I decided to empty this out because I did go to Target during my emotional spending and I purchased some household goods that did I necessarily need? No, but I purchased them anyways. And with the overspending period, I'm just emptying out as many sinking funds as I can, unfortunately. Lauren Bear, we're taking all this out. $118 was in there. We're taking it out because I spent so much money on this girl. So 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 115, 16, 17, 18. So 118 gone. Little Bros, I'm emptying this out, $40, because I did spend a little bit on my little older brother who's 23. I bought him a couple things. So that's that. 20, 30, 35, 40. Miscellaneous, nothing was in there. Self-care, nothing was in there. Support, small. I did decide to empty this out because at this point, no, you know what? I did decide to empty this out, but I'm not going to because the holidays are here. And I am doing a couple Secret Santas for some of the girls in the budgeting community, so I want to keep that in here. My envelope was already emptied out. Therapy. So therapy I have stopped temporarily. So I will pick that up probably in the new year, but I just want to let y'all know that right now therapy has been temporarily halted. But I will continue to save up for it for when I do start it back up in the new year. And vacation, that was already emptied out from my Portland trip. So that is my low priority sinking funds. Most of them are empty. Most of them are empty, which is okay. We will put money back in these soon. So that's that for my low priority. All right, so now that my high priority and low priority sinking funds are dealt with, we are going to count the money that will be going back into my account and towards some credit card debt. So let me go ahead and get my calculator. So we're going to start with the $1,100 that I have here that's already been transferred back into my account. $1,100. That was from my 3 to 6 month expenses. We have 100 here, so that's 100. 51, 52, 53, 54. 400. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, $30, $35, $40. $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, $1,933 going back into my account. So I just want to clarify one or two things real quick. So the $1,100 that I used to pay for the household bills in the month of October, before I transferred the money from my Capital One high yield savings account to my bank checking, I took this $1,100 out of my business checking account. So I did not have $1,100 or more stored in my regular checking account. I usually like to keep $500 or less in there, but with the overspending of October, that cushion in my checking account was gazone. Okay, it was gazone. So the only money that I could use was the money in my business checking account because it's easy to access. So the $1,100 that I transferred from my online savings account for 3 to 6 month expenses went back to my business checking account because I don't want to lose that money entirely because that money is needed for business expenses and such. So this $1,100 is back in my business checking account. My business checking account is looking good. It's back to where it was, so I'm happy about that. So let's just subtract $1,100 because that's taken care of. So the remaining $833 here, that is going towards my regular checking account, which is how I pay all of my bills and such. And some of it is going towards credit card debt. So let's talk about credit card debt real quick. So since starting my budgeting journey in January of 2021, I would say I quickly paid off any credit card debt that I had within 5 or 6 months of me starting my journey. That was my care credit debt, and then I had probably like a little bit on my Capital One credit card. So since paying off my care credit card and also some from my Capital One card, I have not accrued any credit card debt in over 1.5 years, I would say. And I'm very proud of myself for that because that just proves to me that this cash envelope method is working, zero-based budgeting is working, and I am remaining disciplined and focused on my financial goals. But like I mentioned, October was a doozy. So I have now accrued credit card debt, both on my Target credit card and on my Capital One credit card. Okay, so my Capital One credit card has an amount of $780 on there, y'all. Crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about because in my mind, I'm like, how did that happen? Was I so stressed this month that happened? Like, there was a point in early October where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start spending because and I'm just here to keep it real, be raw, honest, and transparent, that although, yes, I know how to manage my money and I have my finances together, things happen. Your girl gets stressed, anxious, and I was at a point where, well, Lauren has to start school, and my family needs help, and I'm gonna help him any way I can. But okay, how am I going to feel better now that all this money has been spent? Because I'm the type of person where I like to save. I am a natural saver, not a natural spender. I only spend when I have the money or when I'm anxious and stressed. Okay, so being a natural saver, all this money being gone in my account just kind of like, it hurt my heart a little bit. So on my Capital One credit card, I now have $780 of credit card debt. And on my Target credit card, I can't remember the amount, but I think it's around $225. I think I'll have it up here on the screen, y'all. Y'all already know. But that is about a little over $1,000 in credit card debt that I accrued in 1 month. Like, honestly, y'all, it's that easy. And by we, I'm meaning I, need to work on a plan of attack for paying off my credit card. So that will now be incorporated into future budgets. It is what it is. Okay, so next topic. So the next thing up is, what am I going to do with my 100 envelope challenge? Whew, y'all, at the start of 2022, I was like doing this, okay? It was on and popping. But then, things just happen and money has to go towards other places, and you just kind of put other things on the back burner. So I was really focused on my 2022 savings challenges, so I decided to stop stuffing this. So I think it was like a week or two ago, I remembered that I had this. So I went into my safe, grabbed it out, and I'm like, okay, Taylor, you're not going to finish this challenge by the end of 2022. So what do you want to do with this money? Now on Instagram, I put like a poll on there on my stories asking what I should do with this money. That was before Overspend October, okay? And what I was going to do with this was I was going to put it towards moving out, right? Whether that's purchasing a home, getting an apartment, whatever the case may be. Y'all, things have changed in your girl's life. So ever since coming back from Portland, there's been an opportunity for me to move there and teach budgeting or teach personal finance, right? It's not set in stone, but it's pretty possible, to the point where, like, should I even purchase a home in Florida anymore? Especially with the interest rates being as high as they are, should I purchase a house right now, or should I wait and see where this Portland opportunity takes me? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I live with family. I live at home with family. So is it best to just stay home for 5 to 6 months and see if the Portland opportunity does happen, or as soon as January hits, move out? I don't know what to do. I'm praying about it, pondering on it. So right now, things are not looking the way they were looking a couple months ago as far as getting my own home with Lauren. With that being said, home savings is still a major priority. All of my 2022 savings is going towards a home. I just don't know if I'm purchasing a home or moving out to an apartment or whatever the case may be in January. I think I'm just going to stay where I'm at for a little bit and see where life takes me. Because if I do purchase a home and then I'm offered the job in Portland, what am I going to do with that house? You know what I'm saying? So things are changing. God is working in my life, y'all, to the point where I have to stay still. I have to be still and just allow things to work the way God wants them to work. I am always trying to do the most when it comes to how I want my life to go, but I am learning that God has my life planned out, and I just need to keep doing what I'm doing as far as reaching goals, and He will work the rest out. I just need to stay still. So that is what I am doing. I think that's what the Portland trip is teaching me, is to not lean on my own understanding and not try to make things happen for myself like I am God, but just allow God to do what He does. So when it comes to this, okay, this money, let's go ahead and unstuff this. We may see this in 2023, or I may just give this away as a giveaway, But let's go ahead and unstuff these envelopes and see how much I have, okay? And then we can talk some more about, how I plan to budget going forward and how my business income is going to start merging into my personal income and such. So I guess I can talk about it now. So I have been wondering how I'm going to seamlessly incorporate new bills into my life. New bills being Lauren's school. I will be paying $577 a month for her schooling. Okay? That's a lot. And new bills have popped up more than just that. Like y'all know, I started paying for car insurance, and just other things I can't think of right now, honestly. But car insurance, Lauren's school, and also just wanting to help my family out a little bit more. Like the $300 a month in rent is probably going to stay the same, but when it comes to like groceries, household items, my budget is going to increase in those areas, daily spending areas, because I am finding that, not that my family needs it, but I am just finding that I can do more. And this is real life, y'all. Like, this is all happened in the month of October. Like, I need to do more to not help out my family, but just to be, I just need to be more present financially when it comes to household things. So, with that being said, my daily expense budget is going to change. It's just going to change. And I'm okay with that because I'm thankful that I know how to manage my money, and I know how to budget. I know your girl knows how to budget. So just because life has taken your girl for a loop doesn't mean that I lose all, that I just don't know what I'm doing, if that makes sense. And I really, really am happy that these things happen to me, because it gives me the opportunity to show y'all. It holds me accountable, but it also gives me the opportunity to let y'all know that your girl, like, yes, my budget hasn't really changed in the last year and a half or so, but I want to show you that you can still stick to a budget. You can still live your best life, do all the things, incorporate your needs and wants, even if things change in your life. You just have to do a little bit of adjusting. Financial goals may change. You may have to put less into savings, more into debt at certain points of your life. But knowing how to budget and knowing how to manage your money is what's going to keep you going. It's what's going to hold everything together for you. Yes, financial anxiety, emotional spending is real, but at the end of the day, it's not something that's going to derail you from reaching your financial goals. Sometimes it may slow it down, or like I said, things just need to be rearranged, but I want to teach you that no matter what happens, managing your money, budgeting, it's still fun, you know? And honestly, having these life changes, it's a challenge. And challenges are fun. So, now that I have unstuffed everything, let's see how much we have in here and what we're going to do with this, y'all. What are we going to do with this money? Let me put those back in there. Like I mentioned, I may do this in 2023, or I may just give it away as a giveaway. Of course, I would have to take these stickers off, or I will just keep the box and give y'all another box. But anyway, let's see how much your girl has, and let's see if I can count it without my calculator. I have 1, 2, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 370, 390, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96. $496. What should I do with this? My gut is telling me that I need to put it towards my Capital One credit card. It's at $780. If I subtract $496, I will have $284 left to pay towards that credit card, and then $220 something on my Target credit card. So that is looking good. Or I just pay off my Target credit card and put the rest towards Capital One. Yeah, that's even better. So that's what I know I should do, but I want to hear from y'all. Do you think I should put it towards 2022 savings challenges? Do I put it towards my home sinking fund, or do I divvy this amount up amongst my low priority sinking funds, since most of them are emptied out? Let me know. I'm going to keep this money until I see some of the comments, but honestly, the right thing to do is put this towards credit card debt. Like, we need to get that credit card debt out of here. Divorce it. No longer. Period. So that is where I'm at with that. So $496 plus the $833, I believe, is most likely going back to my account. So let me put this in the cash tray. Y'all, I know this video is going to be long because there's just so much tea I needed to spill. Oh, and by the way, with my Capital One credit card, there was fraud on my account about 3 weeks ago. So they're sending me a new card. It's probably in the mail, but they sent me a new card and they just shut it down. Like, nothing can be charged on that credit card. So I think that's like a blessing in disguise, because your girl was spending on that credit card and it was at like a no chill for me. So with that fraud happening, can't even use the card, haven't even checked the mailbox to see if the new card is here. I'm happy with that. Another thing is, I have decided to stop personal training. The reason why is because with Lauren starting school and with my daily expense numbers going up and just new bills that I just need to grab a hold of, I need to stop paying that. Like, personal training is a lot of money. I love it. I love every moment of it. I love how my body looks and everything. But I think that 6 months of it is good, and then I just need to be self-motivated to continue with my fitness goals. So I stopped personal training. That has freed up a lot of money. But yeah, I just had to make that decision to stop. If I decide to do it again, it's going to be later on. But I'm happy that I did do it, because it kind of motivated me to stick to going to the gym and working towards my fitness goals. So that's something that has stopped. Therapy has temporarily stopped, so we're good on that. What are we going to do now? What are we going to talk about? I think the last thing that I have to talk about is just how my budget is going to change going forward. So let me grab my budget book and then we can discuss further. Okay, so here is my November calendar spread. The first thing we're going to discuss is No Spend November right here. Because of Overspend October, we are transitioning now into No Spend November. I want to have at least 10 no spends. If we exceed that goal, hooray to us. Next thing up is, well, let's just get the other goal out of the way, to pay off my credit cards. We discussed this already. Your girl has like a little over $1,000 in credit card debt. We're going to pay that off immediately. So the next thing up is I'm going to start budgeting every Friday. For those who have been a supporter of mine for a while, I've been budgeting every 2 weeks. Since I started my budgeting journey, it's been bi-weekly budgets, and that is because I am paid from my part-time job 2 times a month. But what I'm going to start doing is incorporating my business income to pay my personal bills and lumping up my part-time income and my business income together and basically paying myself a certain amount every Friday. So from Taylorbudgets.com, I have it to where there is a payout every Friday. So those are these here, these 4. So what I'm going to do is every Friday, I'm going to take the pay from Shopify and the pay from my part-time job and merge it together. So the first Friday of November, I am budgeting both my part-time income and Taylorbudgets income together. Second pay is just going to be Taylorbudgets income and any money that I receive from Lauren's dad, Chan. Then the third Friday is going to be Taylorbudgets and part-time income together. And then the last Friday is going to be YouTube income, Taylorbudgets income, and the remaining that I receive from Chan. So that's how it's going to work. I'm letting y'all know now that this is going to take a little bit of time for me to adjust to, because I'm going from paying all of my bills online, knowing which bills come out for certain paychecks, to possibly cash stuffing my bills, because at least for the bigger bills like rent, preschool, car insurance, my car payment, I'm going to split those payments in 4. For example, preschool is due the first of every month and it's $877. Because it is due the first every month, I'm going to make sure that it is paid on the day that it's due, which means that this money will need to be saved in the prior month, so October. So I basically need to be a month ahead for all of my bills. And I received this insight from my girl, Janika, All Things Planned. I watch her videos all the time. I've been watching her since she was a teacher and budgeting her teacher income. And she has now transitioned to being a full-time entrepreneur and relying on her business income to take care of not only her business expenses, but her personal expenses. And that is what your girl is now doing. Yes, I still have my part-time job, but this part-time income alone cannot take care of everything. Like, let's be honest. So I asked for her advice on how to tackle this. She basically told me that I need to get a month ahead on all of my bills so that I am not relying on the money that I make in the current month to pay my current bills and also take care of my current daily expenses. So basically what she said, that if I am starting this whole budget transition on November 1st, the money that I made in October is what I need to be using. And to explain a little bit further, all of the money that I make in November will be used to pay December's bills and take care of December's daily expenses and investments and sinking funds and debt payments. The income that I earned in October is going to take care of all this in November. All the bills, daily expenses, investments, sinking funds, debt, if that makes sense. So because I now know I need to be a month ahead and I want to start this in November, what I decided to do is, because I have not budgeted my September side hustle income yet, all that money is just still in my business account, I decided to take what would bring me a month ahead and take that from my September income. So let me go to it real quick. Okay, so here's my September side hustle income. If you don't know, I've been budgeting my side hustle income for all of my side hustle channels at the end of every month. So this was what my side hustle income looked like at the end of September. I made a total of $10,993. These are all of the expenses that came out, which equals $5,539. And I was going to use the remaining to go towards sinking funds and savings challenges. But what I decided to do was take some of the remaining and get myself a month ahead so that I can start this whole weekly budget thing. So I calculated how much it would be to get myself a month ahead on bills only, and that's personal bills, not business expenses. That's $2,090 a month that I pay in personal bills. So everything in purple, aside from 10% of tithes, is $2,090. So what I'm going to do with that side hustle money that I had remaining is put $2,090 aside so that I can use that money from September to pay all of these bills here in November. And then throughout the month of November, I'm going to make sure that I save this amount so that I can pay all of my bills in December. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. I will continue to reiterate this once I start getting in the groove of budgeting every week so that you all will understand it, because I know that there are some supporters who budget every week, and I know this will help. And even if you budget bi-weekly, this will still help you because I'm going to use the same budgeting method or technique. I'm still zero-based budgeting. I'm just now budgeting every week. Now, when it comes to my business expenses, I haven't decided if I'm going to stuff those like I'm going to stuff my personal expenses, because my business expenses aren't a lot. In totality, it's not a lot of money I pay every month towards fixed business expenses like subscriptions, and that's basically it. But I need to figure out how I'm going to make sure that money is still in my business account to take care of all the shipping that comes out of Shopify, which is a big expense. It's not a bill, but it's an expense. And if I decide to purchase any more supplies, any products that I want to start putting out, I need to make sure that money is still in my business account for those situations. So what I still need to work on is how much money am I going to keep in my business account every week for supplies, shipping, expenses, buying products, etc. And how much am I going to put away for taxes? I don't know how much I need to put away for taxes every week because the amount that I'm going to get paid is different every week. And then with tithes, that amount is going to be different as well, because although tithes is 10% of my income, that 10% isn't going to look the same every week. So that's the part that I'm still trying to figure out. I know that I'm going to cash stuff my bills every week in order to stay a month ahead, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to work in taxes, tithes, and whatever I decide to stay in my business account. Still working things out, but I think I am 75% there. And y'all, like I mentioned, this is a huge change for me. It's a huge adjustment, but I know that it's going to make me more disciplined. It's going to make things a lot easier for me when it comes to paying my bills, especially those larger bills that have now popped up in my life. And it's just also going to hold me more accountable and also give me more money to put towards daily expenses. My grocery bill needs to increase because, like I mentioned, I am taking on more of a bigger role in my family. Grocery budget needs to increase. Household items budget needs to increase. Fast food budget probably going to need to increase. Things like that. And that's just life. And I'm okay with doing it because it's a challenge and it's also helping the people that I care about in my life. And which is really exciting is that every week I'll be able to stuff my sinking funds savings challenges, because for those who've been here, y'all know that with my bi-weekly paychecks, I haven't been able to stuff sinking funds. But now that I'm incorporating my business income, I can now do that. I look forward to explaining more of this to you all. When I explain it, I want to know exactly what I'm talking about so I don't confuse y'all. So hopefully this hasn't confused you and I'm able to explain it correctly. If you have any questions, let me know. But y'all are y'all are in a whole new journey with me now. Like, things are changing, and I'm just excited for y'all to be along the ride with me, hold me accountable, and hopefully this change is helping a lot of you out there as well. So that is basically it for this video. A lot happened in this video, y'all. A lot. Like, a whole lot, a lot. So I'm gonna go because I need to edit this, and I want to have it up on Halloween Day, which is the day that I am filming this. So hey y'all, happy Halloween. But I also need to go to the bank, deposit this money, and also the money that I took out of my 100 envelope challenge. I gotta do all the things. I'm gonna go to Starbucks and edit because it's just a different vibe and environment. And yeah, I will see y'all in the comment section. So I love y'all, God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video. All right, bye.